name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Mubarak Karim to all our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. And also a happy new month to all of you from Tap Tap Send in the whole Riase. As you already know, Tap Tap Send remains to be your number one, numero uno money transfer app you can ever find in the whole world. All you have to do is to go onto Google Play Store or App Store and download Tap Tap Send. The name is what? Tap Tap Send. Now, the testimonies from people is overwhelming. Everybody is giving the good testimony about Tap Tap Send because I've used it before and I understand how reliable, secure, and fast the app is. You, if you like, put it to a test and you will see. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Tap Send now. Keep on sending the money to the loved ones and your family and let them appreciate you more. Remember the name. It's Tap Tap Send. Hey.
Tap Tap Send. Send more, spend less.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Sugar level, check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh yeah! Are you ready? Elevate GH in partnership with Sammy Flex TV Production comes your way with a great opportunity for new and up-and-coming artists as well as already established independent artists, record labels or talent managers. Packages include quality music video shoots and music promotion. We give you clean shots, better video quality and the opportunity to promote you and your work across the globe. For more details and enquiries, call 0553 049 693 or 050 4323640. Elevate GH and Sammy Flex TV Production. Everything for the culture.
Hello, my name is Bismarck Ejapon. I'm a personal trainer here at Wembley Leisure Center. I am here to help you to achieve your health and fitness goals and also to transform your physique. I'm in the gym almost every single day. If I'm not here, you can come through to the casual area where you find my iPad stand and you can get in contact with me by filling in your details. If not, speak to a member of Better Gym staff and they'll be able to get in contact with myself.
We are organized and ready to do what we have to do as showbiz people here on Sammy Flex TV, and I want to believe you are also ready wherever you are in this world. My name is Sammy Flex, here with my charges, here with my soldiers for us to rock and roll. You guys are welcome, and I want to say thanks for always choosing Sammy Flex TV. We are starting our Sunday evening show, which is with you. So all over the world, wherever you are, join us and appear on our screens. It is just simple. We will give you a link that you can also tap on and be part of this conversation. Everybody is waiting for this. So why don't you join us Sundays between 7 and 9 p.m. and let's do this. And again, if you are not using Tap Tap Send, especially if you are that guy who has been sending money from abroad to Ghana all the time, then you are missing out on a lot. Get the app on your phone today and make sure you are putting in all the fine details that you have to put in and start sending money to your friends, loved ones here in Ghana. If you're in America, we give you some $10 more into your account. If you're in UK, we give you some £5 more. And again, if you are in Europe, we give you some 5 more euros into your wallet. What are you waiting for? Please do so now, and let's see what we can do. At least Tap Send has been proven to be the best in Ghana, and none can beat Tap Send. No two ways about that. So the gentlemen are seated. Abbas Muiz is here. He is the CEO of Elevate GH, and Elevate GH, they have been doing wonders when it comes to music video shooting, promotion, marketing, and more. Boss is seated for us to do this. Abbas has not spoken ever since the VGMA, so let me get his general and overall reviews of the VGMAs. He was also there thanks to good people like Jackie Boateng, as well as Big Nash, aka Nash Dean, for supporting us to acquire some extra tickets to make sure most of our panel members were there to see the event. Fili Gadochi. So Abbas, give us your review, VGMAs. You have not spoken yet.
Yeah, Sammy. Greetings to everybody in the studio and to all who are watching us, and to those who support us to VGMA. Thank you very much. We really enjoyed it.
Good.
VGMA for me, it's cool this year.
Okay.
It was packed. The red carpet was very busy. Starting from outside, you know, the rain actually distorts everything throughout the day. Then the evening expectation. I was expecting that a lot of people would not show up and all this stuff, but
you were scared,
with the industry people, let's show up so that the team will be, because we don't have any other slot again apart from this day. I got the driving from the main roundabout.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, from Kaswa it was clear. Coming was clear, but going, if you are going back home, that day was very, 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 very packed. Very, very packed. But going back to town was very clear. Until I got to the Ridge roundabout and trying to enter. Now the traffic.
So it means you got there around what time?
I got there around 8 something. Because I left home like 6 thereabouts. Yes. But I got to that, like I entered my parking lot like around 8. The first thing that caught my attention was Yango. I love their Benz. And I love the way they...
Yango Benz.
Yeah, Yango Benz. I love the way they made the celebrities, the artists, and so forth, parked their car at the car lot. Then they will use the Benz to just convey you across, and the ticketing also. And one of the things I think the VGMA, from the beginning, they start with, you see, when we were entering, I noticed that the one at the entrance identify industry people easily. So instead of blocking industry people with every other person, it was making it very small. Oh, Sammy Flex. Oh, Abbas. Oh, like it was making it
Who was that
easier. I actually didn't get the person's face, but it was easy for the person to say, "Oh, this is the person." Like this is the person. Then you that needs to verify. They say, "Oh, please stand this side. We'll just check your ticket." Then we got onto the red carpet session. Then the segmentation also started from that angle, where they now need to put whether you are artist, you are just red carpet, or you are premium, they segment it. You'll be shocked. You'll be at a VGMA, but you may end up standing outside rather than getting inside. Then you also be at a VGMA. There are some people who have been allotted front. There are some people who have been allotted back. I noticed that everybody was catching their attention. And one of my surprise, I think, going forward, we need to find out how to change it. I've realized that now the media themselves are deliberately craving for attention.
The media.
Yes, there are days that, you know, when you come, there are 3 categories. When I grew up and learning from you guys, media, as in bloggers, journalists, they don't want to be on the red carpet taking pictures, wearing all those kukun and kaka and all those stuff. They leave it for the frontliners, the musicians. Yes, the musicians, which the day is for them. It is not Bloggers Association Awards. It is not Journalist Awards. It is not so for awards. It is not Artist Manager Agbada Award and so forth. You know, artist manager is dressed more than his artist. Like, the manager is pushing to be on the red carpet than the artist and all those stuff. Those days when you come as an artist manager, at least you dress decent, but you make sure your artist is on there, like
it's looking flamboyant.
Flamboyant is on the carpet. You are trying to, and I personally, I don't know, but I feel now talent managers don't sit down as creative team and say, okay, what is our artist wearing? How can our artist blow up, stand up and use that? Because those were the two some of us use those days. Like, Your artist need to do something that even if it doesn't get award, it will get a talkability around the awards. Then you need to either prepare with some few journalists that challenge the agenda. When we get here, let's do this, let's do that. Or you wait, you set one. If everybody don't catch it, then you quickly rally around your people. See, Charlie, set this thing on fire for me. Before everybody wake up the following day, it's on fire. The online guys there, my Twitter university guys, are just like blowing it up. Before you see it's gone. Then when we get to the entrance, I love the segmentation. Here, the back and the front, where people were passing. So if you're an artist, there's a place they let you pass. If you are a premium, there's a place they let you pass and you see it. And I love the ushers. They were very smart. They were very fast and everything. One of the first things that greeted me when I entered the auditorium was the air condition. Charlie, the thing was blowing. If you're a single woman that day, you will want to catch it. You will by force sit by somebody. Okay. And that happened a lot.
I'm sure you sat very close to one of the aces. That's why. No, if you sit very close to one of the aces, you are going to feel it like that. But if you are in the open, you're not feeling like that.
I felt it. All the females that were around me, Charlie, they were feeling cold. Too much cold throughout.
So did you help them?
Oh, we need to support women. we don't hate women.
We need to think our future.
To support them.
Okay.
So that was one of the first things that greeted me. The entire show. I don't know, but I think it is high time VGMA stop doing barricade.
At where?
At the end, where they want to separate a certain group from a certain group.
You think so?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Because for me, it didn't work. At the time, I really want to go front. I actually move front. At the time,
how did you move to the
I just removed the thing and I walked through.
Yes. There was no security person guarding it.
The security guy need to guide it. He wasn't there to guard it. He himself was enjoying the show more than I was at that particular point in time. And that doesn't speak well of everything. Then one of the things I also noticed, I also like where I sat because it really helped me to be able to evaluate actually the people themselves. Now I noticed a lot of different people. I don't know if it's side chicks, if it's artist managers, if it's his brothers and sisters, people give tickets to. Because where they're supposed to be artists, seriously, some people that I know they are artist managers, I didn't see them. Some people
it's because the artists themselves were not there, that's why.
Yes. But how did the people enter in their name?
Because the tickets were given to them. The artist managers or the artists were not there and they did not want to waste their tickets, obviously. So they gave it to their friends and their families who could come for them to come see it.
Oh. Then maybe he wasn't okay. Because okay, so at that particular point, that's also one of my reasons for no demarcation. Because the people, and one of the things I feel, when people sit at a, I don't know if there's a remote control telling them that you are here to keep quiet, you are here not to get involved, just stay still. Because where I'm seated, we were actually having more fun than those who were far ahead
in the front.
They were just keeping calm. Look, like first performance, kiddie. Like I was like, the whole auditorium looks like either people were wondering, people were still asking themselves if it's this kiddie, because I won't lie to you. Out of the 3 performances I ticked for that night, Kiddie's performance is one of the top 3 performances I ticked. And look, I said like, yo, this guy is back. I was genuinely happy for Kiddie. I was genuinely happy for him. Then Oforia Ponsa, my number 1 for the night, came in.
He also came to kill it.
Lord, I was like, this is the guy. Like, this is evergreen. Then the GOAT himself came to solidify it. Like Sarkodie's performance was top notch for me. Was top notch. I don't know. I was actually expecting Camilo to perform. So I don't know what happened. Why they didn't book Camilo to perform. Why he didn't perform. Because I was actually expecting Camilo to perform. The Nigeria performance was, last minute performance was some way for me. And so forth. The
Nigerian guy's performance was.
And I don't know. Black Sherry performed, but to me he didn't perform. Because when I watch VGMA, and at that point I start criticizing VGMA, I realized that they were just doing the ordinary for us. I won't blame them that too much because I understand what goes behind it, finances, time, and so forth. But I understand the auditorium is theirs. They should come with some crazy ideas. If there's a need for them to poach guys, people in the industry, like 3 music guys this year, I think they are on holiday. They should take some of them, back up with some money, because those guys, they think without thinking of money. VGMA, Chatterhouse think with money.
But which one is good though?
No. Both is good.
No,
but
one is not good.
The one that is not that good is the one thinking without thinking money. Because we book at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, you are not going to prove anything to anybody. Whatever you are doing in this world is about money. So if you are going to do it just for the fans without money, how long can you sustain it?
That's where we are now. Where we are now. And I think VGMA with Black Sheriffs. So personally, I took Black Sheriffs' performance out of the entire lot, and I say no, Charlie, let me just put it out because you see, you've done Rain. There are a couple of places you've performed internationally. You shouldn't forget. So when I'm rating him, I don't rate him just for Ghana space because I've seen him perform on other platforms and places. So I rate him per that, and I see the kind of ability he's
So what does it mean? You were not impressed?
Personally, technical wise, I was not impressed because I was expecting his team to be able to say, okay, bro, this and this and this, like what Medical did. Yes, I also took Medical's performance like East. And I said, okay, Medical was trying to do something, but VGMA or Chatterhouse technical people didn't really get it for him. Then the awards. I think everybody who won an award deserve it. But I was extremely happy for one guy. King Promise.
Okay.
He has break that barrier. And the barrier of his fraternity. Just say, award form this and the man, Yamon be. From their reaction, form. But just that they didn't get some, so they did with plus whiskey, so you see a cool moment. But at the end of the day, they showed that a form because they were there, they won it, and you know, when I saw Quaps going up for the award, I was like, hey, just say, if a man come back because it be more about and so forth. So, and then PSC Stars comportment after the entire thing was solid, was very solid, and I think Biote was needless, was very needless. Yes. Is it George the only person who supported him?
Oh no! Please.
Personally,
don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I beg you. He was not talking about any judge. He was not talking about any judge. He was singing a song that has been recorded by someone and using the message in there that, George, what you said will happen has happened. And he was not referring to any of the judges you know.
Oh, I'm born among guns. This is a gun song.
Yes.
Do you know how we played Daddy Lumba and a champion song in our compound?
Wait.
And play Adani Best. Do you know whose song he played? Adani Best too.
Oh, I know.
Hey!
This is Sammy Flex. So, what do you think he was talking about?
Share. George, Bano Bayote. Bano
Wait. George,
so what you told me,
yes,
has come true.
So which judge do you think he was talking about?
Is it
which judge?
One, the specific judge. Two, the judges in the industry who have assured him and told him that this thing is going to happen. And that's it has isn't it?
Abbas will kill me. Well, that is how many people understand what we put out, and I love this particular thing. Sometimes you put out a post and people start fighting over it because everybody comes with their understanding, just as Abbas is telling us about this song Black Sherry performed from Adani Best on the day. So my understanding was that he was saying whoever made a promise that one day he was going to be great, that promise has come to pass.
But he's even explained it too. He said the reason why he sang that song is because whenever he's alone and he's meditating, like he tells himself stuff, like in a song, he says, "Don't stop, my jiggy black hole." It's things that he tells himself whenever he's down. So in one of his moments, you know, you can just split yourself like psychologically and you'll be telling yourself stuff. So one of his personalities told him that, Charlie, don't stop because I know you are going to win an artist of the year. So it was just a message to himself that he was telling his spirit that, okay, spirit, George, whatever you told me has come to pass.
Exactly.
And I believe even some of these utterances, he even made them in this studio when he came for his interview here. That he said he was going to be great. He's vying for some of these things. And whatever he said to himself as at that time, that's what he believes is happening.
Well,
so,
beautiful how we understand certain things, and I also love Abbas's understanding. Unfortunately, I'm sure he misunderstood Black Sheriff, and many people will also mean it like that. I think even either on the day or right after the day, some people started talking about that. And I remember when he went to TV3, he was even asked, were you talking about George Kwesi? And said, oh no, he was not talking about. So just as someone thought he was talking about George Kwesi, same thing other people will also be thinking. But still on the VGMA, so even before Roland comes in, I have come across a video of DJ Azonto talking to DJ Ashman about the fact that he spent some good amount of money, but unfortunately could not win what he was looking for, as in the best new artist of the year. Then it comes back to what Black Rasta has been crying over and over again in this our industry, that these award schemes with win, pay and vote, he does not like them. He dislikes them. And Azonto is also crying in this interview with DJ Ashman. I want us to watch it. Then we come back to look at some of the consequences of pay to win awards, and whether it is good for the future or not. Because now that DJ Azonto says he spent over, what, 200,000? Or is it 20,000 Ghana cedis? Over 20,000 Ghana cedis to win the award, and he lost. What does it mean? Like, you want an award, you spend money, you still don't get it. What does it mean? Meanwhile, the award also says vote and win. This award, pay to win. What is the future? Let's watch this. I'll be right back.
Who won it?
Did you vote? Did you vote?
Ask him. Oh, are you were saying you voted almost like who won it?
Did you vote? Did you vote? Ask him.
Oh, but you were saying you voted almost like 20,000
more than. So, did you vote? Did you vote?
Maybe KY in a group voted more.
What I'm saying is that you have KY's number. You can call him live on before you vote and look for the code. I'm telling you point blank. KY doesn't know the votes, the code.
Oh, how?
I'm telling you.
If KY doesn't know, maybe the team
and the fans.
Not the fans, but
so
the team. So
can KPMG prove to me the vote last minute had? I had the biggest vote that night on. I mean this year in review.
Don't you think some
when I went to Vodafone, I asked them, has any artist been here? They said no. I was there the whole week. I bought SIM card equal to more than 10,000 for my fans. Just SIM cards. Ask them. I can't even mention name. Vodafone circle. They should go and ask. Has any artist there? I took it personal. My fans, some of them flew all the way from US, Takrade, BBRB. And they came, we said they needed.
Do you have images to prove?
Yes. I have images on my phone. She can post the video.
Okay, you no problem. We will
I have images.
We will go there.
I said,
so what if last minute
go to Circle and ask them how much I bought.
And I said, what if last minute and his crew also did more than
KPMG are the only people.
So I think your grievances should go to KPMG, not.
No, I don't. KPMG. I don't know. I don't even know their office. You understand? KPMG didn't nominate me for anything.
Okay.
Charter House nominated me.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And so, did you vote? Did you vote? I say, ask KY. I say, no, the short code.
But no, bringing KY.
It's a short verse. It's a short verse in my next song.
Did you know? Did KY know the short code?
Yeah. My next song, LGBT.
Hey.
Yeah.
Talking about LGBT.
Yeah.
Everybody is talking about you being an ambassador for LGBT.
Not everybody, I think.
I mean, most of the people online. I some comments.
Yeah.
They say maybe. They say maybe.
Oh, yeah, they say all the camera. We are free. Everybody is entitled to.
But they say maybe you are an ambassador to LGBT.
Ambassador. That means I've signed an ambassador.
No, with LGBT.
I wish
you are championing the agenda.
Why don't you champion that one for me? I'll be very happy if I'm chosen or paid to be an ambassador of LGBT.
Oh, really?
Yes! I'll be so happy.
Oh, wow. Something everybody is frowning on. Most
recently,
people are frowning on.
I recorded a song with just right after the VGMAs that night. The next day, I called my godfather Lewin, and he flew all the way from Kumasi for us to.
No, that one.
Talk about that. I'm telling you that he was telling me about some ambassadorial. Charlie, Louis, take $1 million.
But I understand that Louis.
So ambassadorial.
I'm talking about LGBT.
I will sign ambassadorial. Why not?
But is it not say you are championing what they are pushing?
What they are pushing what?
By the way you dress.
How are people doing 3-song, 4-song? They are not talking.
But it's behind closed doors.
So that one too, everything is behind.
But you are a male dressed like a female, and you are. It looks like you are pushing a certain agenda.
You know, Akwana and Fanta, can promise look alike. It looks like everything may look like, but looking like is not the same. I beg your pardon. So, I mean, look like, right?
So you are not an ambassador for LGBT.
What I'm saying is that
group.
I wish. See, you see, wishes are like some what opinions are like onion. But wishes are. I wish I could be. You do understand? If it was that easy for me to be a gay, I wish. Yeah.
All right. So that was the almighty DJ Azonto, the guy who ruled the red carpet with his female avatars on that particular platform. Today, he's crying again, despite the fact that he spent so much money to win in the Best New Artist of the Year. The category eluded him, and he's not happy after spending so much money to win. Now I'm here asking myself, what is the future of this Vote and Win Kana Awards? Ro, come through with this, and how long are we going to see people cry for spending so much money without winning?
As long as we will continue to do pay to vote, that's how long we are still going to see people cry. You know, I don't fault him per se, and first of all, let me tackle his grievances though. You know, he did not pay attention to the rules of engagement before he went for that particular occasion, or before he got himself to it. It is unfortunate that so many people tend to subscribe to things, and when you give them the terms and conditions, they just tend to skip and just look for that blue corner to tick, and they just tick it yes or accept yes and go, without paying critical attention to the rules of or the terms and conditions of that particular, how do you call it, system. So Azonto, I would say, did not pay particular attention to the rules of engagement. If he's saying that Kewa doesn't even know the code, how many is Kewa? Kewa is just one. Kewa is just one. And for people to vote for last minute, it doesn't take only Kewa. Somebody will just vote for last minute because he likes last minute. Same way somebody will just vote for Azonto because he likes Azonto. So it's Azonto saying that if he bought 20,000 SIM cards, or he spent more than 20, he said he bought about 10,000 SIM cards, coupled with the, how do you call it, the credit and the airtime that he bought on it, going almost 20,000. That means he even had about only 10,000 people voting for him. So technically, he was able to just get 10,000, and that 10,000, technically also, about half of them are not real. So how about people who even have real fans? And when even VGMA, they've even introduced the free to vote system, where you go on their website and that particular slot is free to vote. So people who are going to cry about, oh, I spent 50,000, I spent 100,000. You spent 100,000 because you had a certain target. And this is a competition. No matter your investment, or no matter how hard you think you are working, have it at the back of your mind that there is a huge possibility someone else's may overshadow yours, or may be bigger than yours. And that is what the competition is about. It is unfortunate that you will be at the losing end. So we're losing end now one year. I am not sure if Azonto had won, he would have based it on the fact that he spent over 20,000. That's why he won. The statement he would have made was, oh, the fans love him, the people love him for going that 20,000. So if the only thing I can use and just employ to other people or advise to other people is that when you are entering into any competition, know the rules of engagement, and whatever you want, what you want. Some people are content with even the nomination because to them they have ways and means to use that to their benefit.
Yeah.
So unless you don't really know what you want, that is when you come out and be crying, I spent 50,000, I spent 100,000, I did not gain anything, so I'm mad, and you'll be calling people out here and there. Then clearly the competition that you were entering into, you don't know the rules of engagement. Because there is the public vote, there is the academy vote, and there is the board vote. You are talking about public voting in the first place. Do you know your stand when it comes to the academy? Do you know your stand when it comes to the board? You don't know. And these people will not always come and, respond to you. And especially if your grievances were not made properly or through the right channel. You think some of these rants will force them to come and give you an explanation? Do you know how many, for 24 years, do you know how many of these rants they've had and how they've approached it? Sometimes at a point, people wrote to them to the extent that it forced even an institution like KPMG to be releasing their results periodically.
Yeah, voting
but
results.
at a point they stopped. You understand? Because it all depends on how you approach the system. And that is how, if you approach them with respect, they will also respond to you in that regard. But when you come and be calling them out as if they don't know what they are doing, that is the impression. If that is the impression you want to create, then they will also give you that, show you that disrespect. That's why some people would shout and shout and shout, and at the end of the day, the scheme will not even address them, even when they want to address the public. They won't address them. I remember after the nominees were released, so many people had their reservations about the nominees, including some people say Arabna is not in the new artist category. Why? Come. But at the end of the day, so many people registered their displeasure. But when they were even releasing the communique, there was only one person whose name was very paramount in that communique. And it was that academy member who officially wrote to the scheme with statistics, with proper backing and evidence to show that J-Bad doesn't qualify for the new artist of the year. And they responded to him and scrapped the guy off. Yeah. So moving forward, let's learn to know the terms and conditions when we are entering. That's why when Black Rasta said he now won't subscribe to any award that is paying to vote, I don't begrudge him.
He had his point.
He has his point, and his points are very valid. When you look at it, his points are very valid. So if you know what you want, that over 20,000 that you used in campaigning for votes or buying SIM cards to vote, that 20,000 can do promotion for you. So set your priorities straight. Somebody will use over 50,000 to pay, voting party to get an award, because after getting that particular plaque, he or she has certain plugs that are going to open for him. So in that sense, it is an investment. So if you did a wrong investment or a bad business, now quit your sorry. But next time, pay attention to details.
Okay, Abbas, you can continue from there. The fact that our people are spending money to vote, yet they are not getting the desired result.
First of all, the moment you tell me that you are spending money for you to vote for yourself, I said you don't even deserve it in the first place.
No. Why? No, I disagree, because the scheme even says that you should vote. So if you spend money to vote, it doesn't mean you don't deserve it. It is because it means you want it.
No, so vote for yourself. It is not bad for you to vote for yourself. The kind of money I want you to dedicate is the kind of money I say PS yesterday and a team did. They spend. Even if they don't pay for all the media engagement they went to, they drove. They spend time. They spend energy. They will surely meet one or two people. They will go to places. Fuel nowadays in this town is not cheap. And I'm not as sure that Stevie Station is just by PSS room and she jump from her room and enter. Or she just stay on phone and do all the interview. Even if it's phone, it's time that she can use to go do performances. And I know concerts, shows and things that PSS went just to campaign for this thing. And she went places that she went to do free concerts. It's money. Now, how many did DJ Azonto did? How did he reactivate himself? As they said, there are people who are just nominees on certain things, but they are big. Others also choose to don't even post it at all. It's also their own way. Waste last minute and just say, our soil, our toil, our blood and everything. And they won. So what about you? How are you engaging the fans that you? So, what the question?
They all don't carry the same strength. So
no,
the fact that someone will wait till the last time to post about toil and blood and strength doesn't mean anybody at all can also do same.
It's just like you are
different strokes for different folks.
No, we exams drew out like Ronaldinho. Club. And so Saturday when the team is playing
for different folks.
You come and play.
I mean, is well understood. There's no way a particular presenter can banter you on the creative space, no matter how good they are, no matter how experienced they are in presenting or emceeing a particular industry. Say the person is very, very good. For example, let me pair you with Bernard Avle. He's very, very good when it comes to political, civil, and all those stuff. But when they bring him, the same person, very good in that area, and they bring him to showbiz, he will find himself wanting. Unless you have somebody like you as a producer backing him, giving him certain petty tricks that he needs to use. Now, you need to understand your strengths. And also, you need to understand the genuineness of your strength. Now, Brasa, it will not make sense for me to be a pundit on various platforms and forget the core business that I do. I'm a talent manager. I'm a marketer. So why did I go to a platform and behave like I am a blogger? We are too different. The way the blogger is supposed to speak on a particular topic and the way the marketer supposed to speak on a particular topic supposed to be very different because we all read different materials, look at things from different angles. So I'm saying for a business, for you to spend money giving an award to yourself back becomes a problem. But if you spend one money, vote for yourself, your team vote, then you spend strategic time in moving. Imagine PSC start moving from radio station to station. It's urban VGMA, but it's happening there too. That was what brought her to the level where they were pairs with Black Sheriff. Imagine she didn't do that. They will pair Black Sheriff with Stonebwoy. They will pair Black Sheriff to Camido. That's when Camido, Stonebwoy, and go before they will realize the woman has moved, and that thing alone has helped her. Because even after they are calling her, engagement is happening. Blacko is saying, "Oh, I will do a collaboration with her." If that collaboration happens, VGMA campaign has helped her. So then again, people need to be careful with what they say. Legality. Right now is Ghana Kado. Sometimes una kasano. Yeah. So and see the kind of conversation that you put out. Who say why register Vodafone 20 card? Ghana card is only he has a limited time that you can register a SIM. Into your concern for do say ne buy and no register a Vodafone SIM how many times? And a SIM no mu ways say how many go in for. Obiano di ni card e register no say see no so binya SIM card no the code boni e be ba the son so won so ana. Ana ono a okasa call say Ghana card no ya one number of time near the register am and register ni year. Ono so okọ Vodafone office or on nam wo okọ ho no on can share one on him say you better be
Adabi okay Abbas I see okọ Vodafone office ko bi sa artist bi aba
like asema we are okay like owo ono ankasa woni Ghana bi a o ti say o mofia o dream o dream then no aba no ya ye ni interview and ko bi na ye ono anka the performance sena the presenters, the MCs engaging during VGMA, red carpet, in the auditorium when they were interviewing Osibo. They interviewed you before Osibo. Do you know the value you get for that on a main prime television?
So you mean he shouldn't cry? Is that what you mean?
No,
he shouldn't cry.
He shouldn't cry at all. The thing is that he doesn't know how to use it. As a marketer, if he had somebody like me in him, do you know how I will make sure he's trained by now? That 20 and Fabra. Proper interview.
But that's not what he wanted. What he wanted was to win.
To want to what extent? That's when my brother said, okay, so when you win, do you know somebody win is like a loser? Somebody also doesn't win, but is actually the winner. Because at the end of the day, it's the bread that we are all looking for. Man shall not live by bread alone. But if they give you that bread alone and you know how to use it, you will survive. So once he is pushing, like right now, he's talking about LGBT, whatever. Is it here that you are going to shout? They are proper plugging, proper place that you will go. We will sit you to. You will get to. You don't need to tell them that you are campaigning for them. They will sort you out. They are proper campaign. He could have used that to reach out to certain community, and they will go and vote for him genuinely. And those people will put him on proper show. And yeah, nanti proper show about Trianica. Again, all can be done come by force. Do you get it? So he needs to put it and then just have mafia kind of talk, because then you're shallow thinkers. Just I didn't know you.
Well, it looks like DJ Azonto has lost twice, or better still, he's lost double, because almost all the things he was expecting to get, he didn't get any of them. Now we are hearing about the amount he put into the voting, and that also eluding him. Unfortunately, I hear he is in the studio with Kojon Kansa Lewen. Let's see how that also pans out. Who knows? Maybe he will get a banger from that particular collaboration, and all his cries will stop. It is just our prayer like that. Now, still on the VGMA, Stonebwoy has also spoken after his interview with TV3. He said that one thing the scheme should try to avoid, especially media people, is to focus on just two people in the category like Artist of the Year. I'm sure Stonebwoy is saying this because in the Artist of the Year category, he was there himself, but unfortunately, he was not even mentioned. He was not there alone. He was there with King Promise. He was there with Camido. He was there with Sarkodie and a couple of them. But unfortunately, the moment you mention Artist of the Year, two names will just come up. Black Sheriff and PSA Esther. And so Stonebwoy thinks that it is a bad thing. He is saying fans can do that, but to media people, the moment you do that, it is wrong. I'm here asking Stone, if it were to be you and the other person, would you be saying the same thing? Well, I don't know what my panel members will think about this, but let's go and catch a spot in that interview, and when I come back, I get a views of my people, and of course, I want to hear from you as well. Is Stonebwoy right in his observation, or maybe because he wasn't the one, he's feeling the pinch more? Watch it. I'll be right back.
I'm of the school that when Artist of the Year category comes, just like any other, most often I'm of the school that when Artist of the Year category comes, just like any other, most often the conversation is narrowed to two people, but we should, as a media, I think we can leave that narrow to the fans, whatever. Okay. But I think this is what I really believe, that media is a very powerful tool and a very powerful institution, that they should actually spread some attention, for lack of better word, in reviewing everybody in that category, not just tailoring it to two people in the category, because they are not the only two people nominated. So that, guess what that does? That actually, because for the fact that they've been nominated, that then actually tells the masses that, okay, as soon as he also did this, did that. Guess what? It doesn't stop there. Right after the awards, everybody is going to know by the virtue, by the medium that the media shared, and remember what these people have also done, and that lives on to, for people to really realize them as that. That's my take. That the conversation, when it spreads, then it's really very, very fair. Because it's not two people in the category. It's like five people in the same category deserving of that same award. So when the conversation from the media touches on all five, then it unearths and reveals what they actually did to get them in that category. And that's how I think we should see these things, moving forward. Because
this is Stonebwoy's request. Abbas, are you going to honor him this request, or it is hard to do?
It's very difficult to do in this kind of generation. Which media house will sit down, be expecting to do? They can do one or two review of everybody's work, pay it by the standard or the rules of engagement, but they can't sit down always and be driving attention for you. There have been years that he and another person.
But that is also a proper media work. No. I remember, and let me use this to blow my own trumpet a little bit. I remember when I was on Plus FM, when it is time for VGMAs like this, we do a review of every category. We get songs from these people, we play it and we discuss it. That is proper media job. So why are you saying it will be difficult for media people to do it?
in the proper media job, now there's a fast pace of things. That's why I say you could do it, but once, twice, but you can't do it regularly. One, when the speed at which the person also approaching you. For example, those who are actually reviewing their things are not posting about it, are not engaging it, are of a relaxed mood. How do you continue to push it? Now you've done one. You are expecting that they will reshare. Their fans will talk about it. They are not talking. This time also, when you watch their fans, they are actually not engaging themselves. Imagine the number of fans that Stonebwoy has, compared to Kwesi Arthur and some other artists. Me, I can say even Stonebwoy have more grounds than Blacko when it comes to the harmony, the soldiers on social media and physically on ground. Now, what is stopping all those people? They look forward to somebody like Stonebwoy to actually something. Imagine Stonebwoy post something. The time that he was very active in it, TV show has slighted attention. We all saw he was the number 3. Do you get it? So if the rest showed interest that way, now that's as a media or a journalist can do one of review of whatever is going on of the entire category. You look at it category by category. But say you want a celebrity for an interview, Kwesi Arthur shows up. She's part of the artist of the year. While she's seated in front of you, will you be telling her the rest that deserve it? Or you'll be asking her how her interest, what she's doing, how is she engaging and everything. Before you realize the 1 hour or 2 hour that you have for the entire thing is gone on it. Blacko, because they also feel like it's a new gem, a lot of people naturally have actually tipped in for the team. And I don't know, maybe that's the fear that also keep a lot of them quiet. Imagine Camido also weigh the campaign. Camido's manager call you, we are available, we are talking, or you go sit on social media as people. If you are able to blow a song, if you are able to fall into that category, you should be able to, you have the necessary machinery to make it a talkability for you. Now, if all of them are talking about it, and the media deliberately focus on 1 or 2, then we now say it's unfair. Look, Kwesi Arthur walk from media to concert, from concert to church, for a whole Pentecost church to write. Do they normally even do just general writing? To write about music and demand their people to vote for a musician. They know what kind of backlash that will come from it. Right now, when she did not win, Pentecost is also having a share of it. Now, and some people will say, yeah, win.
Marry.
You get it?
Green flag.
In Kofor opening there. Yangopo or Kobe Bia or Bia Wire Bonnie or call your church. Because who are what church in there? Yangopo Waju Dada. But one approach your number or your wayward. Honor Yago Chi and Yanko Black Sheriff. In that way, people make their own analysis. So, how are you expecting the media house? Unless the media house say to themselves that we are doing VGMA review throughout these 3 months, 2 months. You know, like the way now people are dedicated. They say the situation room, this one. People since last week have dedicated them. They are reviewing NDC primaries. So they pick Muhammad, they pick Dufour, they pick candidates individually, they pick parliamentarians individually. But do we have that talkability on that level that Sammy Flex will say, for the next 3 months, I'm picking every category of the VGMA. I'm going to dissect this category today. Next tomorrow, I'm going to dissect till we get to the final one, then I'll dissect it. Then I'll call all the artists, then they'll show up. That's I mean, call all the artists. They will give you an excuse or they will give you a bill. The same VGMA that is organizing the show for them, he calls them for 2 things. Their own award show that is celebrating them, and a paid concert that they are supposed to be part. Do you know the one most of them were posting? The paid concert that they will give them money, not the award. Then you come and complain about the award. How? You yourself do not even show interest at all. Then Abba say, I'm not interested in it. Or I don't even say, but my mannerism shows for it. I tell myself, look, it is not bad for you to lobby for something that you think is good. Do you get it? But don't, what I tell people is that push for it, request for it, because God himself, he didn't say go and sit down and chalk your head and you deserve it and they'll give it to you. He say ask, knock and shall be open. whatever. It's like that in Christianity, it's like that in Islam. So if you don't put your energy towards it, now Stonebwoy is a very big media house on its own. It's a very big celebrity. Why don't he has noticed some few people who have done good, the media houses that have done, has he shared them? Has he comment underneath them? So Sammy Flex for the last one, like okay, so like whatever he went to do on this platform right now, he would have changed that. Oh, Sammy Flex, in 20 something when you were with this platform, you were doing this. Why don't you keep on doing it? It's a way of motivating you.
Maybe he
it's
didn't
a way
know.
of sharing light on
he
you.
Doesn't know.
Yes, so we assume that maybe, but how many times do they even do that? There are a lot of media people, personalities that say that when they even post their artists, they don't reshare, they don't post, they don't show interest. So if you don't show interest, why do we show interest for you? Something that one, when you get the award, your value will increase. You come and charge the same people. 2, your homaswo will increase. 3, your status, your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever, it will change immediately. Go and look at all of them. It has changed. Other people have changed it to VGMA nominee, Artist of the Year nominee, Artist of the Year award winner. So, Brasami, it is not for the media house. If it is DJ Journalist Award or Bloggers Association Award, and they don't post it, and they don't talk about it, then that's why I said that on the red carpet of VGMA, I shouldn't see the likes of Felix and Kofort to be rushing red carpet with the artist. It doesn't make sense.
Well, what do you also think about Stonebwoy's call?
Well, it's a good observation, but then it clearly shows what he was seeing or what he was following, and I am glad he's seeing it, like he saw it this way and he felt it.
Mm-hmm.
It is because I am happy, because whatever attitude or whatever energy they brought into the whole competition is what manifested and is what he saw. See, it clearly also shows that it clearly exposes how he followed the whole conversation about this VGMA thing or any other competition that they always get themselves involved. It clearly shows, because I can confidently hit my chest and bet my last coin that the moment these particular nominations were released, any platform that chose to discuss or have a discussion on these nominations did that holistically.
Yeah.
It was a 360 thing.
Yeah, that one I also believe.
Yes. You can't tell me you'll be discussing popular song of the year, then you just pick 2 artists and you talk about it on your platform.
And
no.
the rest you don't mention.
And the rest you don't mention. No. So if he observed that the conversation few weeks or in the dying moment to the D-Day were about 2 people, then it clearly showed that few weeks or days to the D-Day, those 2 people were the ones that in the public eye were leading the race. Those 2 people were the ones that were leading the race. That's it. It is the energy that you put in which will bring the results that you see. That is what he just felt. So it is not the media's fault. In fact, the media did not do anything. The media did not contribute to 2 people being mentioned. I thought when he started the whole conversation, I thought he was going to talk about some of the technical hitches that happened in the auditorium, where when it was time for them to project or mention the nominees, some of them were not mentioned. If it was that, I would have agreed with him and say, oh, for that practice there, it is not good, because on the day, even if you are privy to whoever has won, the moment you decide to play the nominees or whichever artist is involved in that category, I believe you don't mention Kwesi and leave Kofi. You mention them, then after that, you mention the one who has won and you give the award to the person. Simple. If that is what he's talking about, then I will agree with him. But if he wants to open it, generalize it, even bring it to the media and say, oh, he observed that most conversations were about 2 people,
two people. It was because
that's what he's saying. That the conversation was about just
then he should
two people.
He should even question his team. Because I know when you go and question him that, oh, but we did not see you promoting it, we did not see your energy, he will tell you he doesn't need to be directly involved. He has a team who can do that for him equally. Then he should question his team. Because see, it was very evident. Even Black Sheriff, who himself we felt was very lackadaisical, we know certain connections or affiliates with, like, to him, who were campaigning for him underground. We saw it. We know them. So he should even rather question his team that, Charlie, why is it that you guys are doing the promotion, but looks as if the conversation there, my name no they come to. See, the conversation about us talking about all the nominees had passed and gone. That phase was off. The moment the nominees are announced, that phase of us discussing all the nominees is just the first phase of the whole thing. The second phase now has to do with, okay, after they've mentioned who is putting in the work, who is campaigning, who is doing this, who is doing what, Stonebwoy. When the nominations were announced, every place that you went to, going to Ayas, going to America, going to London, going to wine, was all about Fifth Dimension and not VGMA.
Yeah, he never mentioned VGMA in any office interview.
So why do you want the media to talk about VGMA and connect your name with it? PSA Esther, every platform. See, I was shocked. I chanced on a video on TikTok after she came to CTV for the interview. Like, during the weekend, she went to, I think, she surprised somebody on his birthday, one of her big men on his birthday. And even on that, at that place, PSA Esther took an opportunity to say that, oh, when him say I nominate him for VGMA, I was like, hey, madam, Chesa, she will be with Dalian Pua. Over to the letter. And of course, when somebody like that is getting the conversation in the media space, you don't come and tell the media that they are being unfair. Because, in fact, they've even been very fair and very professional in their dealings. It is about who is bringing them the content. And that is what they are talking about. See, today, I not somewhere last week, I went on a different platform and we were talking about the Fifth Dimension. In fact, even on this platform, I have showered so many praises on the Fifth Dimension. A colleague was also making his submission, made a statement, and something crossed my mind, and I giggled. And could you imagine that even online, whenever that video pops up, anybody that comes to comment, regardless of whatever praises that I showered on the Fifth Dimension, that's small giggling. But why the guy they laugh? Why the guy they smile? Why as you talk this, the guy they laugh? Why as you talk this? I was like, yo. So, like, if something come my mind is I for no laugh, or even if you think I have a bad intention towards what the guy is saying, didn't you watch what I said?
Yeah.
You get it. So it clearly shows some of the things that they usually pay attention to, or what the energy they focus.
Where their interest.
Yes, where their interest lies. Because if you don't put in that energy, Stonebwoy, when you gave that fantastic performance in Who at the Experience concert, tell me which media platform didn't discuss it right after that particular show. Whoever, I am not sure a media house would even review that particular event without playing Stonebwoy's performance. That is even huge enough. That is even a clear evidence to tell you that the media is there to do its job. And in fact, see, you can chastise the media for anything, for being biased on any other topic. But for this particular one, Adabraka, no. Because the energy that you gave to the media is the same energy they reciprocated. And that is what he felt. So I am happy he felt it. And Kabeme, so I say, asking if he had not even brought this up. The moment I will feel, then I am happy. So next time moving forward,
he will know how to channel his energy when he wants something. He will know how to communicate. When Stonebwoy was vying for Artist of the Year some years back, and he was doing streaming voting party, voting party, I tell you, it was also the same conversation. One said, "I find the account there, straight, hey, contractor and clear." The same way it was between Stonebwoy and Sarkodie that year. And you two conform you pen that it was the same thing. Till net the neck count down there. You shower independence needs to boss you. Empire.
Very well said. Roland Amate and Abbas Muiz there. This is still Showbiz Daily here on Sammy Flex TV, and we are looking at some of the pertinent issues in our showbiz space. We want you to be a part of it. Why don't you also feel free to comment under the topics being discussed here on the show? Well, I also agree. Stonebwoy is saying this because he wasn't mentioned.
Of course.
I'm sure if he was mentioned between the two people, he wouldn't be telling the media people what to do. And you see now, I said earlier that whilst I was at Plus FM, I was doing the reviews of all the categories and all. At the moment, if a media house decides to even do that, the programs manager or station manager or program director can come and ask you, what is the interest of the station in what you are doing?
Of course.
Someone come and ask, because this is a Vodafone sponsored Ghana Music Awards, and I can tell you,
And always you are mentioning
I can tell you in all honesty that at that time, because our platform was building a standard for showbiz, we were doing it with also the notion that we will get some
attract people.
Them,
yes.
Even at that time, when we do that, they also give us the opportunity to transmit live. That was our better kind of system.
So there was
now,
an interest.
if anybody should do it, and the person will be asked, why you in the morning spend about 1 hour to cut this, that. What is the state? Unless maybe Chattel decides to pay, XFM, take this X amount of money.
Oh no, even TV3, they were doing, I think, Vodafone VGMA diaries. That's it's just like what you are saying. They've been commissioned,
money,
so they will spend prime time to do it. They even interview Black Cherry.
I also agree with what you said earlier. Everybody who attempted discussing it did not pay attention to just two people.
No.
Just that, at the end of the day, they will discuss those who are the likely contestants, and they will pick the two. And nobody should cry about this. I think I agree to what my panel members have said. Now, I want Richie to put on the screen the latest or newest image of Kwesi Arthur. And I ask, is this showbiz enough? Why would Kwesi Arthur change his identity to this particular one? Why? I remember in an interview somewhere, I don't know whether it was with me or another person, he said his father did not want his dreads. I remember very well.
Yeah.
He said his father did never wanted the dreads, and that he didn't want to disgrace the father, and that he was thinking about it, blah blah blah, boom boom. Finally, the dreads are off. I'm here asking myself so many questions. Because of the father? Because of some girl? What is it? Because show business should come with a little bit of identity. In our office, when we are walking, there are some two people here, when people spot, they even think they are artists. And talking about Currency and Roland. Some people meet them and they think they're artists. And why do they think like that? Because of how they look. They see them and the immediate thing is, are they some special people? So now that Kwesi Arthur is looking like me, is looking like Abbas. Well, there are some showbiz people looking like this though. But how will this help in his trend? Let's go watch this. I'll be right back. Okay, so it is a photo. Yes, it is a photo. So this is the latest image of Kwesi Arthur, and maybe I'm sure as we move on, my director will bring some of the old images as well to support what we are going to discuss. And Abbas, you can start this for me. How is this going to augur well for the show business that he's in? And I don't know whether this is also a new process to something else or what. Let me get your opinion on this, Abbas.
First of all, I don't know whether he has tattoos, he has piercing, he has certain things on him. I don't know. Roland, do you know if he has piercing?
Tattoos?
Well, tattoos I don't know. tattoos, I'm not sure, but piercings. No, I have not seen Kwesi Arthur in that.
Okay.
You know, his dad is very strict. He said never pay a Pentecost elder or deacon. So he has that.
It should be rest assured that he is blessed. For a child that listens to their parents, they are blessed because that is your first vehicle, whether you like it or not. Now, one of the things that I feel like he's testing, or somebody like me, if I'm part of his team, that I'll test, it is brand value and his brand strength. Whether is the voice, the music in him stands more than the looks in him. Because maybe over time he has been removing his shirt and with the dreadlocks, so that's what people have identified. So how do we move from that static identity to something else? Now, you may build a particular brand for an artist, but if the artist at a particular point starts struggling with that brand, you need to shift it, because it may kill the entire workforce of the person. That's why some of us are very particular about influence of any talent. That's why I say if you have a female artist, first influence that I've established now is a boyfriend. So kill it before the weaving starts. Kill the boyfriend. It's just kill the
cat blood.
Kill the cat.
Come on for that. So you artist, if I want to sign you in the thing, it's not miss. It is both that you cannot have a boyfriend till our end of our contract, or you can have a boyfriend until we are up to this level, or you can only have a closest person till a particular time. Because if somebody is very close to them and can really influence them, you will lose them. And this is an example of it. If it's a child that is on boadia, on finding papa in your or just scanner, you will say, okay, mommy papa could die, now they me my bravo. But I still see him, he was trained from a home and he still feel the same vibe. There are people that, because they are artists, they are not even talented like him. They've tattooed all their body, pierced everything and all that. And please, don't let us get it twisted. Your identity as a brand is what you create.
Okay, so this was the earlier identity that many people know him for.
Yes.
And
move to this.
Oh no, that was the growth. That was the growth, because the hair grows obviously. So like this is it, this particular one. And I'm sure the moment you see this now, you see a star. The moment you see this now, you see someone who is into the show business space, or maybe into football or something. And now, the new one, we are still talking about it.
There's a popular American artist. His name has escaped me, but he's a fair guy. He has a low cut. I've not seen
Eminem.
No.
Eminem also has a
he
low
did
cut.
a video. He did a music
video.
Eminem. Yes.
The difference is the dyed hair.
Yeah.
But it is not all the time. Most of the times he keeps the black hair.
Okay.
This artist did a music video by sharing the money of the music video to a lot of people, and used that video as his music video. Drake.
Okay.
Yes. Has he ever done dreadlock before or something?
I don't know about that.
No, he has never. He has not. And he keep it like that, and that's how he looks. He's a hardcore, everybody love him, even US love him. That's why I say, you see, when those handling the brand, and the brand themselves know that this is my identity. That's what I mean. The things that you do in show be some talent, or don't even do it. And the doors that you can enter to and other stuff, other people don't. So I say, know yourself. There are tables that we get, they say, oh, drink. I say, look. They say, oh, chinkakram. I say, oh. You see, naturally, it looks like my generation have drink all the thing for me, drink all the thing for me. Because what you would do on a one puff, you get it?
So this still has dreads, innit?
No, you're sticking it up.
No, so this...
Oh, that the day he cut it.
This is actually the first time he cut his dread. This particular incident is the second time Kwesi Arthur has cut his hair. Yes.
Okay.
So this was the first time he cut his dreads. Yes, but that didn't go down as the one that we are seeing now. We are seeing.
Okay, about wrapping up. Let's do the last one.
They need to have it in mind. This is what I want to tell them. Look, be deliberate about it. Like right now, we are establishing that it is now going down. So look, this is my look, and this is how I want to look. To give it time, people will get used to it. Because when we didn't know you, when you were living your normal life, we didn't know you like that. So when you came to introduce us to a particular Kwesi Arthur. Now we are trying to get used to another Kwesi Arthur. Be rest assured that we will get used to. We will get used to that Kwesi Arthur. That is the new guy with the low haircut and everything. And your family will be proud of you. Will be proud of, and you will sell records of it, because they are artists that have applied their trade. They never ever do dreadlock, tattooed, and all stuff, but they were able to apply their trade, and people identify them. So be rest assured that it is cool for you, and it is a solid brand too.
Well, Ro, the new brand of Kwesi Arthur.
Well, like I said earlier, this is not the first time he's cut his hair though, but this is actually the first time that the hair has actually gone like on that low. It's when brands or artists go into certain kind of phases like this, sometimes it depends on how they want to test their brand strength. Some of them would just probably might have discovered something in their zones and can push them. There are so many things that can push an artist to do this. One can be personal feelings, one can be emotional, one can be psychological. Yes, it could. And we know Kwesi Arthur in recent times has not been himself. Moving from ground up and the issues that came up, now teaming up with the likes of all his former colleagues who have now moved, or moving from ground up, the likes of MP, Mole, and them boys. So we know Kwesi Arthur actually is in a different phase of his career, not only physically, but also psychologically. So that can even amount to him appearing like this. It doesn't mean that he appearing like this is bad, or he appearing in that dreadlocks was bad. That is not what it means. It means that he's just trying to be himself. That is what he's always tried to let the public know. So he just wants to be free. If you like Kwesi Arthur, what he is telling you is that, like him, as much as you like his music, he wants to be very open with his life to you. So he can be very dynamic in his music as well as his personality. See, one person that in recent times I admire so much is Ruga, the Nigerian artist Ruga. You know, he covers one eye. The last time I discovered the guy wasn't one eye blinded, I was shocked. Like, showbiz, you dey blind one eye. No, it's very interesting. No? It's very interesting, and he's been able to sell that brand so well that give Ruga a microphone right now, and he will look for something to cover that eye before he climbs the stage.
Yeah.
But in his private life, when he's in the studio with his friends and colleagues, he takes it off. And those pictures are also out. So it doesn't mean that they are just trying to sell you something fake, or they are just trying to just sell you something that they are not. I believe they are just, as musicians, I just want to tackle this as from a musician point of view. They are just trying to tell you, this is who I am. They are just giving themselves raw to you like that, which is why an artist would just sometimes sing about something sad or would want to go into a different mood. I watched Black Sherif's interview today on Hit FM, and they asked him if he's ever been brokenhearted before. And he said no, but he would love to experience it. Because anything that happens in his life,
he can make a
song out of it. So sometimes people actually even sing about or go into certain zones, not because they've experienced it, but because probably they just want to affect somebody in that same light. We know Kwesi Arthur, I wouldn't say his father's comment or influence plays a major part of him looking like this. It may be one of them, but whatever is surrounding Kwesi Arthur now is psychologically taking him into a different phase. And it has a tendency of affecting everything about him, including the recent song that he released.
The Pain.
Yes. Including the recent
where
song.
He was talking about his issues with
Ground Up.
His Big Homie Flex and all those people.
Big Homie Flex and all them guys are part of the Ground Up. So it's a different phase for Kwesi Arthur. And he wants to present that in its raw form. And that is what we are seeing. So I would just entreat people who love Kwesi Arthur to just be on that ride with him. When an artist or a brand goes into such phases, it doesn't mean that they are in a ditch or they are in a dungeon that they can't come out. It is just a phase. It is more or less like a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down. Today you might see Kwesi Arthur in that dress, shirt off on stage, be jumping with you. But Kwesi Arthur, on the other hand, has a different phase of his life that he can go as low as this, sing about that pain, and somebody can still connect. It happens like that. Somebody will say, oh, because of your haircut. Regan Cries recently experienced it. If you say why any 10%. Now Regan the cry na kapese na many currency there. You do ankafira and bemaya da bonte. So sometimes it is like that, and I admire people who are able to go certain directions and still maintain their brand. Cool. Shatawale has done it. Sometimes he goes off and he paints his hair. First, he was not having colors in his hair. It was just the markings and the designs on his hair. Now, it looks as if the design is not so much, but the colors keep changing. And still people identify him and love him with it. So for musicians there, fortunately for them, some of them, if your brand is strong, you can have it. Some people carve a certain look and at a point they even get scared. The likes of Reggie Rockstone. Even when Obo took off his locks, it was because he was entering into a different dimension. That's why he took off his locks. Obrafour, Reggie Rockstone, and other people. Sarkodie is shaping his beard now. Has almost, it got to a point people were shaping their beard because they wanted to look like Sarkodie. So it is good that people sometimes identify you in a certain light, and the moment you switch, they are able to quickly notice that something is going on. Then it clearly shows that if not for anything, people are paying attention to you. So one, you can't just misbehave or you can't just do things anyhow. But in that's like any section that you find yourself in life, you need to be able to still maintain your ground and know how to communicate with people, so they will still identify you with what they fell in love with. Because most ladies will tell you they like Kwesi Arthur because of his hairstyle. Yeah. Most ladies. Yeah. So Kwame na MPD. I am just imagining how he's going to. Kofi Mole has also cut his hair. He also started with that 10%. Then when he gave birth, the moment he had a child, he took it off. So it happens like that. So many people have gone to different phases. But how strong your brand is will determine how still you will stand.
All right. Let's do the very last one, and I want to ask a simple question for some responses from my people before we say goodbye. Now, the simple question is this. Is it easy for an artist to win the Artist of the Year? Because an interview I chanced on with Ochami Kwame and Felicia Osei, Ochami made it so simple that, when it comes to Artist of the Year, he can just come and win it. He even gave steps, or he shared the things he'll be doing to win it, and that he intends to win the Artist of the Year once again before he retires from music. Listen to how he said it, and when I come back, I'm going to ask my people whether is it so easy for an artist to win the Artist of the Year. And just as Ochami Kwame is narrating the story, is that all? When you do this, are you likely to win the Artist of the Year? Watch this. I'll be right back.
Win the Artist of the Year 2009.
Yes.
Eish. For the net saying.
Brutal.
Win the Artist of the Year 2009.
Yes.
Eish. For the net saying.
Brutal. Me kai pass. Excuse me. Me the same way. It is an anchor black one. Estate. Na me me prayer Angelina Cometo. And it was so commonly good was na form. Na yenina award 4 aka last one.
Ballon d'Or.
Enye easy. Enti that time na me yire me first born. When yim tari ena was ubedi. Isin to so men samsinini.
I don't know how to win.
Say na vim na perform. Na me vim perform. Me say my boy adwuma, but na vim no work form.
Now show prayer man na.
Oh, na mean so but say award there obi aya nominating bi atime win. And I okay. I mean, shows after shows, a beautiful video. I mean, beautiful. And the CC so not him. You bow meeting okay.
Na wujindi.
Ya menyini. Opope sa masum yeah. Then you feeling. It was a really beautiful feeling. Really beautiful. Maybe before Cries me hang give me mic and message the back account. Maybe artist of the year in the back account just for me man.
Asa na odi bibia ba wi.
Just for she's maybe back account.
Hey, pressure.
Me kon kra do. Do artist of the year. Ni di nyeden.
Ni di nyeden. Uhia ne ma be ne ma guidelines.
One obenya hits. One obenya album and also obenya wait me the single di but so we album of the year na twetwe ba ho to obenya album and also obenya EP 6-7 songs. Oh, now afi we make sure say out of 6 songs obenya mu 3 big national hits. Now afi we shows. Ubo shows we are no activations.
So also be all relevant in the system.
So you're relevant.
Unya
hits. Now afi we crowd do artist of the year. Ni di nyeden.
Uhia ne ma be ne ma guidelines.
One obenya hits. One obenya album and also obenya wait me the single di but so we album of the year na twetwe ba ho to obenya album and also obenya EP 6-7 songs. Oh, now afi we make sure say out of 6 songs obenya mu 3 big national hits. Now afi we shows. Ubo shows we are no activations.
So also be all relevant in the system.
So you're
Unya artist of the year 2009.
Yes.
Hey, feeling the net saying.
Hey, bruta me kai pa say excuse me na the same way it is nanka we black one estate. Na me me prayer Angelina Kometo. And it was so commonly good was na enough form. Na ye nyina ya award for last one.
Hey, Balondo.
Well, so quick one. I'm coming back to my people before we wrap up. We have just about some 10 minutes to close. And I'm asking that, is it so simple for someone to win Artist of the Year, as has been narrated by Ocham Kwame? Ro, quick one. Let's wrap up.
It is yes and no. It is yes because how do you call it? The requirement for winning Artist of the Year now are listed. So if you know how to play the game, it is very easy. Just that, no, also because it requires lots of strength and lots of resources that so many people unfortunately cannot do it and repeat or get the same resources the following year, which is why we've not even had somebody win it back to back, because these are just the parameters. When say last time, pair who has the potential of winning the Artist of the Year. McCatcher say you getting an album, you getting the most popular song, record of the year. These 3 categories play a very huge role in you winning Artist of the Year. When you are able, and it is a scheme. It takes lots of calculation to work towards it. That is why Black Sheriff is still saying he was 90% confident that the album of the year he was going to win. Of course, because when you check the whole nominations or the whole categories, he doesn't have one song like any him those nominations. So unlike Sarkodie Countryside and the whole Jams album, these 2 things was able to get him. But Black Sheriff has Kweku the Traveler, has a whole body of work like The Villain I Never Was, has other songs that earn him different nominations. Oh, Paradise entered into Songwriter of the Year. So it is about 2, 3, 4 songs in different categories, and that is one of the requirements. Like if you are able to do this, you have a solid backing, and I believe that is one of the reasons he was able to win ahead of PC Esther. It's clear. So in the yes segment or in the yes part, yes, the requirement is what is listed. But no, because it is not everybody that can do it. And no, also because it requires lots of strength and resources. So if they say that the difference between the rich and the poor most of the times is not money, it's information. Whoever has the information, has the resources, who can work through it, is what you get. So yes, some people know this. Some people are aware of this. Even Ochame Kwame, who has even won it before, knows this. He knows. But ask yourself that, I didn't know we need back to back to back. But he also knows that aside you knowing the way,
the resources
to pull it off is also a different conversation. So if you ask me if it is easy for somebody to win an artist of the year, it is yes and no. Yes, because these are the parameters. If you're able to check all these boxes, how ready? No, because if you don't have the resources, then sit down like him, relax, and wait for the time that you think you have all. Then you push it.
Abbas, is it that simple to win artist of the year?
It is not that simple. I would like to play around it for anybody. First of all, knowing the criteria is cool. Having the criteria in mind is also cool. But consciously tabling that this is what we're going to do. Even for one song to blow is not easy. And determine the fate of that song blowing is not easy. Please don't let anybody deceive anybody that it is because of A, B, C, D, I did, that's why I blew. People have done the same A, B, C, B, D, and with a lot of resources, but still
they did not blow.
They did not blow. So it's by the grace of the Almighty. It is by the grace. You have all the plugs, everything check. But if it is not your time, it is not your time. And if you realize it in this industry, you could see nobody have won it this year, the following year. Even Black Sheriff, he can do all his bets with all his best calculations that next year I'll win. But you should know that people are also working hard, lobbying hard, praying harder. That look, God, let me also win. So I always say, when you come into the basket of artist of the year, then we all at that stage have done something so that we all deserve the award. But now, who gets it is left with the little things that will be done. You feeling that, oh, at this juncture, I think I can have it. You know, in my personal opinion, when Blacko did not get the record of the year, in his mind, he has lost the artist of the year. Because that was their permutation. Their permutation that when we get this award, get that award, we go get this one. But when this one miss them, we they say, nah, we don't go get. But when God won't show them something, we make them get. So right now, all your calculation what you do, you miss some. So that you know go seek for somewhere and know how they do it. Saturday, and the former and competitive artist of the year back to back, just for shaggy reason. What team or your landlord shatter Saturday Stonebwoy want to brag with this thing. They want to say they are the landlord for 10 years. Imagine somebody taking artist of the year, first, second, third, for 10 years solid. Do you get me? Hip hop artist of the year. Has Saturday been able to take back to back before?
Hip hop artist of the year.
Well, I know he took it this year.
I am tempted to believe.
So he's won it before.
Yeah,
yes.
Just
no,
like
I mean, like this year, next 2 years, like
we have to check the record.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if he's able to do that, that means he has.
But if Stonebwoy has won the reggae dance or like back to back, it wouldn't be far from right if Sarkodie also wins the best.
No, but because it has not been a bragging right, that's why I don't.
Okay. Yes. You see, so with that, somebody like that can say, okay, Charlie, this year, I just want set record. Make Ghana people know the Ghana music there. I'm done with them. If I have the formula, I will win this year, win next year, like 5 years in a row. Somebody clear the award. Like the way somebody goes to Grammy. You know, there are people who have Grammy back to back. Like, I'm going to win. Because you see, they have the formula and they try to stay with it. And they are very much assured that they are going to win it. But in this our terrain, it's not just like that too. Because last year, like this year right now, we are all vibing to Black Sheriff. Who knows the new sheriff that is going to come out? That's what I mean. By December, somebody can come out that will disrupt all the work you are preparing towards next year. And nobody is listening to you. That's what I mean, you know this. And everybody's attention is on it. Everybody is talking about it. Right now, they won't even talk about you, vibe about you. And if the person also have the correct plugs, correct everything, the person will drop album. The person will do concerts. the person will do this, go do this, go do it. Okay, you go do one concert for Accra. The person will do Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Takoradi, Ukoinfa. You drop one album, the person will drop one album, one EP the same year. You drop this, the person too will do this. Almost all the Ghanaian artists who are popular like Accra now, or money now be feature. Now everybody has feature. Everybody is in the category. From the one wine to the one wine, the person is in there. So how do you maintain it?
Okay.
So that's, I mean, it's not just that easy. You need to put a lot of resources, then a lot of thinking, then a lot of God's grace. Then you are cool to go.
Well, Achame Kwame, we are still waiting for this move. Just as he said it, if he's able to do it, I'll really respect him. And like he said, he would want to win one before he retires musically, and he would want to do that for his family and children. On this note, I can only say thanks to Roland Amate and Abbas Muis for spending time with us here on Sammy Flex TV, Showbiz Daily. And to you also, thanks for sharing your opinion with us in the comment section. You can also share the link with others. And if you have not subscribed to us, what are you waiting for? Please do, because without you, there is no Sammy Flex TV. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, who is on camera, to Richie Flex, editor and director of the show. My name is Sammy Flex. I'll see you in our next video. Let's do some more. I'm out of here.